Hi, hello, good morning, students. I am Basuraj. Welcome back to your previous classes, the chemical reaction and equation. In previous classes, we know that the what is the chemical reaction and what is the reactant and what is the product, how to the reactants are converted into a products. Today, we will discuss about the chemical equations. The what is chemical equation in simple activity 1 can be described as when a magnesium ribbon is burnt in oxygen, it gets the converted into magnesium oxide. This the descriptions of a chemical reaction in a the sentence form a bit long. It can be written in the shorter form. The simplest way to this write in the formation of a word equation. First, the Mg is magnesium plus O2 is converted into a MgO. The Mg plus O2, the both are the reactants and MgO is the product. The reactants are written as the left side and product is written as the right side. An arrow is placed between them to show the directions of the reaction. What are the characteristics of the chemical equation? The equation must represent no facts. The equation must contain the correct formulas for the reactant and products. The law of conservation of a mass must be satisfied. Next, showing the phases in chemical equation. First one is H2O. It is the solid form, is lightly heated and is converted into the liquid form, and lightly heated and is converted into a gaseous state. First state is the solid phase. The substance is relatively the rigid and has a definite volume and shape. For example, NaCl in a solid state. Second one is the liquid phase. The substance has a definite volume, but it is able to change shape by flowing. For example, water in liquid state. And gaseous phase. The substance has no definite volume or shape, and it shows a little response to a gravity. For example, Cl2 is a gaseous states. Next, the balanced chemical equation. How to balance the chemical equations? Recall the law of conservation of a mass that you studied in a 9th class. The mass can be neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. That is the total mass of the elements the present in the product of a chemical reaction has to be equal to the total mass of the atom of each element remains the same. In other words, the number of atoms of each element that remains the same before and after a chemical reaction. This process is called as a balanced chemical equations. For example, the zinc plus sulfuric acid is gives rise to a zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Zinc and sulfuric acid, the both are the reactants, and zinc sulfate plus hydrogen are the product. Zinc, for example, and zinc is Zn plus hydrosulfuric acid is H2SO4 is gives rise to a ZnSO4 plus H2. Let us examine the number of atoms of different elements on the both side of the arrow. First, we take a columns. First one is elements. Next one is number of the atoms in a reactant and the number of the atoms in product. First one is zinc. Zinc in left side, the reactant zinc contains only one number, and the number of the atoms in product, the zinc contains in only one number. And hydrogen in the reactant, it contains two atoms, and the right side it contains two atoms. And sulfur in reactants, it contains one atom, and in product one atom. And oxygen, it contains four atoms, and product oxygen it contains four atoms. And what is balanced and unbalanced equations? We already know that in first one, the H2 plus Cl2, the both are the reactant and HCl is the product. First one image it shows a unbalanced equation because in LHS it means reactants, the hydrogen and chlorine. First one hydrogen in reactants, the two hydrogens are present, and in product the HCl, the H atom one is present, and in chlorine the Cl2, the chlorine atom 2 in reactant 2 in present, and product it contains a one element. So this is the unbalanced reaction. In second figure it shows the H2 plus Cl2 gives rise to a 2HCl. It is the balanced chemical equation. It shows the hydrogen atoms in a reactant it contains a 2 atoms, in product it contains a 2 atoms. Second one the chlorine atom, the chlorine it present in a reactants 2 atom, in a product it contains a 2 atoms. And for example CH4 plus 2O2 gives rise to CO2 plus 2H2O. The left side LHS, the reactants and product both are the same. First we know that in reactants the carbon atom is one atom present in the reactant, and H hydrogen atoms, the 4 atoms are present in the reactant, and 4 oxygen atoms are present in the reactant. In RHS the products, the 1 carbon atom present in the LHS and 4 hydrogen atoms present in the LHS and 4 atoms oxygen present in the LHS. In visualizing a chemical reactions, for example 2Na, or sodium chloride, it's react with a sodium is react with a chlorine, it converted into a 2HCl. Okay student, thank you. Today we will stop here. Write down some questions. First one is what is chemical equations, and second one is how to write a chemical equations and give some examples. Third question is what is balanced chemical equation, give an example, and how to balance the chemical equations. Thank you.